Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 104 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel. So we're Pride FC halfway point, or a little over the halfway point now, of 2008, as it's America Bushido 17, Braga versus Thomas, as we have quite the little jam-packed July here with this America Bushido card. Plus, we'll have back-to-back worldwide as far as I guess next week, next Monday, a couple of days away, and then in August, we'll have our Pride FC Worldwide 19. And then it's the girls, the debut of our women's division for Pride 41. So a bit of a, and then, you see there, Brazilian Bushido 8, Anderson Silva versus Chuck Liddell 2, which, I mean, that's a very, very big main event. As far as the male goes, we have a lot of pieces of mail, as Hayata Sakura's joined U-File camp after leaving Peresta, as we signed Yoko Takahashi, which Yoko Takahashi, I want to say, is considered, as far as for Japan, like the first female mixed martial artist there ever was, which is pretty awesome to sign her. A former Smack Girl, I think she was openweight champion at one point, but yeah, that's going to be exciting to see how she does. Casey Nolan, we just kind of Caitlin Young, a couple of girls, not really as far as on the top echelon, probably out of these girls here, and Angela Manja, she's probably, as far as Yoko Takahashi, is probably the best at all of them. But, I think I think Casey Nolan might be in the tournament. Yeah, she's taking on Yoko. That's right. So her and Yoko are fighting, and I want to say Angela might have a fight as well. Yeah, Satoko, rather. Shinashi. And, yeah, I mean, the tournament's not going to be as perfect as I want it to be, as we also signed Vanessa Porto, who's going to be in it, and Kelly Cabal Schmitz, as Cabal Schmitz is, I want to say 10-2, second as far as pound for pound, which is crazy. Second in the women's and number one as a flyweight. She's got a tough challenge though, and Erin Tuffill though. I mean, Erin Tuffill 5'10", probably is going to be a little bit bigger than her, because I'm pretty sure she fights at featherweight. That's going to be a tough fight for sure. As well, we also extended George St. Pierre, and Melvin Goulart has left King's MMA. So Nick Diaz wants to fight John Fitch. I'm sure we can make that happen. As far as, obviously, Nick Diaz just beat Sakuraba. We'll see, though. So, I mean, it's crazy. He's 24 years old still. Still got a long, long time to go as far as him being around. And then Szynski wants to fight Thiago Silva, which should be a pretty good fight as well. We also signed Kim Couture, who is 5'10". Oh, no, she's 6 foot. Kim Couture, who, I'd expect some big things from Kim Couture, but really, as far as 32, not as far as she's got a Muay Thai background. You'd think with that reach and size would definitely help her out, but I think she's not rated that high as far as, I'm pretty sure the Caitlin Young fight, she's the underdog in that fight, which is interesting, as we extended Shogun, we extended Roy Nelson, Junior Dos Santos has joined Universidad de Luta, we extended Merlio as well, Nick Diaz, Shinyoki left Our Blood and has joined Peresta, and then Joe Lozon wants to fight Nate Diaz, which would be a hell of a fight. Yeah, we got a lot of fights to be requested, which is awesome to see. Hopefully we can make some of those happen, like the Nick Diaz and John Fitch, and even the Szynski and Thiago Silva fight, maybe even the Lozon Nate Diaz fight too. I was kind of holding off on that just because they're so young in their careers to make that fight matter kind of towards the end of when they're actually in their prime. But maybe we can have it here and it'd be no big deal. It'd be kind of like a fun story to do that again, obviously when they're a bit more in their prime. As for America Bushido 17, main event, of course, Wanda Braga and Dean Thomas. Roman Savachka and Tim Sylvia as the co-main, Ryan Stout and Jason Von Flue, David Barron and Carlos Newton, which former welterweight champion Carlos Newton looking to get a big win there. Greg Wiggin against Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez looking to dominate this heavyweight division. And Gabriel Gonzaga and Frank Mir's the opener, which is a pretty exciting fight. I'm excited to see how that one plays out, because obviously Gonzaga's not afraid to stand up and bang with someone, and Frank Mir, obviously, very talented on the ground. But he's got some power in his hands, for sure. It's prelims. It's Balake Ivanov as taking on Mauricio Cruz. It's crazy to think that he is, relatively in, modern day as far as UFC goes, which is just kind of crazy to think about. And, he is someone that I always thought had crazy potential, but didn't really, I don't think, really capitalize on it. I mean, because, he's a, combat sambo fucking heavyweight, as far as, I think he's, 13th still And I think the rankings, that was from December, I think that was last year. The end of the year, he was like 13th. Not sure where he stands now in the heavyweight. He almost died too from a bar fight, much like Lee Murray did. He got stabbed like in the sternum, and like his lungs got damaged too throughout that. It's pretty crazy. As yeah, well, he had, as far as he's been through like Bellator as well. Like I remember he beat Ben Rothwell. He fought Tuivasa too, and he lost to Derek Lewis by split decision. I remember that was 244. I thought for sure he was going to win that fight too, which is wild. After that fight happened, I thought he'd actually done more than Derek Lewis did. Weirdly enough, but yeah, I mean he should do pretty well against Marcelo Cruz, and then CB Dollaway against Tom Lawler. Little middleweight action there for the prelims. As we're going through the analytics, of course, as neither fighter has headlined a Pride event before, because obviously Dean Thomas came in, which I'm surprised that wasn't the main event, to be honest. Him against Toby Yamada. That was Shockwave 2007. Kind of disappointed. Wasn't a great performance against Toby Yamada. We'll see what he does against Wanda Braga, who is 3-2. He's coming off a 3-fight win streak here after beating Ryan Bowe, Carl Uno, and Joaquin Manson, which the Joaquin Manson one's pretty impressive. He also beat him at UFC 69. But as far as, like, obviously the top-level guys that we have, like Ramiro Sato, BJ Penn, and Joe Stevenson, he lost to. He's also lost to Yves Edwards and Scott Hines, which is wild. That was earlier in his career, though. The first couple of fights in this match for him. Yeah, I mean, I would probably side my bet with Dean Thomas here. Yeah, 7-0. As far as Thomas has made 3 of his last 5 opponents, as far as the world-ranked welterweight, which is wild because obviously they are lightweights here, as Dean Thomas is ranked 2nd and Baraga's ranked 13th. Braga trains with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, which Thomas has overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. First time they fought, Baraga's going to have a significant weight advantage, but Dean Thomas will have the 6-inch reach advantage. And Dean Thomas should at least get his first win in Pride FC. It's kind of thrown at him for that big win. And as far as coming back after losing to Toby Yamada, gets a kind of fight like Wanda Braga's. I would say as far as a lightweights go, I think he's in the top 15. He's actually in the top 10. So he still gets a top 10 guy, but definitely Wanda Braga, 34 years old, kind of on the tail end of his career. So then Roman Savachka and Tim, the Maniac Silva. Yeah, Silva's won 3 of his last 5 fights by knockout. Yeah, I mean, he's got a significant weight advantage. I knew he was going to have a reach advantage because Roman Savachka, not the biggest of heavyweights as far as reaches go. He's going to fucking destroy Roman Savachka, which, poor Roman Savachka. Here's a guy who thought was going to be out of Pride FC after losing 4 straight, really, but 3 in Pride FC. Beat Kazuchika Fujita, lost to Rico Rodriguez, then won against Andre Arlovski. He's had 5 good fights in a row, though, which is pretty impressive, especially for his style. Being a Sambo guy, looking to try to just take somebody down. Obviously, Tim Sylvia, though, is so much bigger, so much stronger. He's got the bigger reach. You would assume he was going to maul him, but I thought he was going to get mauled by Andre Arlovski, and he beat him. So we'll see what happens with that one. It's Ryan Stout against Livewire Jason Von Flue, as Stout has finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. Stout as the 9th ranked welterweight in Pride FC. Jason Von Flue is 15th. Von Flue has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. First time they have fought. This is Ryan Stout's Pride debut. He's got one backer in Harry, which obviously Stout, being a new guy, you're not really sure what he's going to try to do. He is, just as far as mixed martial arts as a whole, he's the 9th welterweight as far as in Pride, but 20th in the world, which is pretty nuts. As far as big-time guys he's fought, not really, as far as, like, I'm seeing John Alicio there. He lost by Kimura in the 2nd, and then he lost a decision to Pete Spratt, who Pete Spratt didn't even make it out of rings. So we signed him, but he just never ran out of there. I don't think he's going to do well here against Jason Von Flue. I just think Jason Von Flue is so much more talented than him. We'll see, though, because he's 5-2, Jason Von Flue, just coming off of beating John Fitch and Nick Serra. He lost, I mean, really his only losses are 2 talented fucking guys in GSP and Luis Santos, here in Pride FC at least. I think he's going to win here. I mean, Jason Von Flue definitely has a skill set to do it. We'll see, though. We shall see. David Barron and the Ronin, Carlos Newton, as David Barron ranked 12th in the welterweights, as rather Newton is ranked 12th in the welterweights, and Barron's ranked 21st. Newton's going to have a significant weight advantage. He's got the Blurcast staff picks. Carlos Newton, first ever welterweight champion, was pretty awesome. Went on a bit of a losing streak, though. Obviously lost 5 straight, but some talented fucking guys like Matt Hughes, Tetsuji Kato, Dennis Hallman, which, as far as he's beaten Dennis Hallman in the past, and he's also beaten John Fitch. Really, as far as that goes, and it's kind of crazy. Like, he took on Merlio, and him in the middleweight division was tough. But yeah, rings. He didn't take on like the biggest names we had, but he had some good fights though. Got some good wins, especially the Kimura over Young Kim, and he's looking to get his win back and get back into the Pride FC world with a win over David Barron, who has not done well in Pride FC 0-1, who he lost to Dan Hardy. Dan Hardy knocked him out, which Dan Hardy's a problem for sure. As far as, yeah, I mean, losing to guys like Roman Michian and Mike Pyle. He's beaten Elijah Harshberger, though. Not really sure exactly where he stands as far as our welterweight division. It's just, it's kind of, he's definitely towards the end of his career, too. That's kind of our weird thing about our welterweight division is there is some guys that are in their prime, but a lot of them are getting older and older now. You could tell with like Carlos Newton and Dennis Hallman and Matt Hughes. They're all in their mid-30s now. And I think Carlos Newton's in his mid-30s, 31. He's still in his prime of his career, I would say. But just hasn't been, as far as being successful in Pride FC, definitely is not doing that. Maybe this time around he can get the win here against David Barron as the Gladiator. Greg Wiggin taking on Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez, significant weight advantage, 7-inch reach advantage. Looks to be another mauling here in the heavyweight division as Greg Wiggin, 2-3 in Pride FC, 14-7, hasn't fought as far as, just lost to Gabriel Gonzaga, and he's beaten Heath Herring before he's beaten Roman Savachka. And, in rings, he did very well for himself. I thought it was going to be a problem in this welterweight division. The Heath Herring fight was terrible. They had some exciting fights with guys that finished him, so we'll see. He's kind of been more known for the Bushido card, so hence why he's going to be on this American Bushido card here. I just, Cain Velasquez, he's a fucking problem to have. He's 4-0. He's kind of slowly making his way up the heavyweight division. I would like to see him dominate. Like him against Yoshida, and him against Peter Arts, and even him against Gilbert Yvel. I thought for sure he was going to dominate them in the first round and finish him. He didn't, and I was very, very surprised by that. But just with Cain Velasquez, his cardio is so great that he knows he can last longer than 10, 15 minutes if it has to be that. And I think that plays into a big factor, because especially a lot of those heavyweights, they're not used to going past 10 minutes, so you have that advantage being a cardio machine. I think that plays into his style, too, so I guess that is kind of what he does. But I'm hoping for a first-round finish for Cain Velasquez, and then Gabriel Gonzaga against Frank Mir. Very, very close. Frank Mir does have the Blair Cat stat pick, so I wouldn't count out Gabriel Gonzaga. He's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents. He's coming in at 6-2, 3-1 in Pride FC. He's only lost to Greg Wiggin, which was poor, but he hasn't faced any like big time name. Really, the biggest win probably against Alexander Emelianenko. But other than that, also speaking of Oleg Takratov, I completely forgot. Was watching the Mad Dog wanted to watch Bad Boys 2 again, and I completely forgot he's in that movie, which is crazy. It's just like, oh my god, there's Oleg Takratov as the Russian muscle. It's just funny. There's Frank Mir, 6-2 in Pride FC, 10-3 as a whole. Lost to Roy Nelson, lost to Rafael Correa by split decision in his debut. Starting to get the hang of it though. Beat Kevin Randall, beat Gilbert Yvel, Hirotaka Yokoi, and then Rafael Carino getting that win back after losing in his debut in Pride FC. He's only lost to guys that are in Pride FC, so he does have that. But I think this is where he's starting to get into his bag, though. He's definitely getting into the Frank Mir that we're kind of used to at that point. Because especially this was be around the time that UFC 100 happened with him and Brock. So it's kind of parallel to what he's doing in real life. I would love to set up him and Brock in the future, obviously. Because I just felt like those two stylistically matched up so well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here against Gabriel Gonzaga. And then another heavyweight fight. We got a lot of heavyweight fights, but Marcelo Cruz is going to have a 9-inch reach advantage, which is crazy. As Ivanov is got the significant weight advantage, and he's making his pro debut, but he's got the Blair Cat stat picks, even with that 9-inch reach advantage, which is fucking crazy. Marcelo Cruz, more of a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy at 6'4". He just lost his pride debut against Daniel Puder, which was not a great sign. He also lost to Shane Carnavan, too, at Strikeforce, which, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, being a wrestler. Pretty much small on him. But, yeah, I mean, just a world-class Jiu-Jitsu guy against just a mauler and an awesome sambo judo Bulgarian in Ivanov. I just don't see him losing that one. French top team guy as well. He's also another guy that, like, if French MMA was more of a thing, because that's where he kind of trained at mostly for most of his career, as far as in France. He probably would have been, like, if they had the guys like they have now with, like, Ngannou and Cyril Gane, when Ngannou was over there, but kind of when if he had a better, like, training course of guys, a better gym, probably would have done a whole lot better than he already has in the UFC, I think, which is crazy to think about because he already is like a top 15 guy. It's pretty crazy. It's CB Dollaway against the filthy mauler Tom Lawler. Tom making his pro debut. CB Dollaway's probably going to get killed here. Which is crazy because I thought it was going to be pretty close, but CB Dollaway 0-1 in Pride FC, lost to Obaya. It's not a great sign. He got fucking destroyed too at Pride FC Worldwide 10. Yeah, I mean, if he probably loses this one, I could see him sending him down to rings. He is a high-level wrestler, but I don't think it's going to help him here because Tom is, I wouldn't say the better wrestler, but definitely more well-rounded than he is. So we'll see what happens. In that prelim, as minus 340 for Tom Lawler, plus 270 for CB Dollaway. Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for Tom Lawler, Fall River, Massachusetts. So the quote-unquote hometown kid for Tom Lawler. Even though Dollaway 6'2", 205, I don't think the reach advantage was that crazy. See what happens. As Herb Dean's the referee, inside judges. And there's a good reaction from the from the crowd, as he's a hometown guy. Easy for me to say. As Lawler starts the fight off with a right jab and a big left hand. There's a right hook, and then catches Dollaway with a left hook. As now he's closing distance, obviously looking to strike. There's a left hand, but Dollaway avoids the big left. Same thing again. Right hand, but the big left gets avoided. Dollaway's still trying to grapple with him, but obviously Tom Lawler just lighten him up. Right hand, but nothing but air going the big left. Jab hits home, then a crunching left hook. Jab is wide and scores the left cross. As you see there, Tom Lawler, southpaw. Seizing the opportunity now, so Dollaway's clinching up. Trying to slam him. Holy shit, what a slam by CB Dollaway, though. Clinging very tight to Tom Lawler. Trying to minimize the threat of a submission. Trying to sweep him. That's not happening, though. A few right hands to the body from Dollaway. Trying to sweep again. Not happening. Some more strikes. Blocks Lawler. He tries to sweep, rather. Attempts to pass guard and gain better position. Can't secure the side control, so now there's a scramble. Lawler's left turned up. CB Dollaway's got him. He's looking to finish him here, and now he's got his back. This is now looking good. Few shots, but not many clean ones. Still managed to get a couple through. Unable to land many clean shots. He's still just firing away. Might as well. And he scrambles back to his feet, but Dollaway still's got his back. Trying to push him against the ropes. Not happening. And they break free. There we go. Back into the center we go. Strike exchange begins again as a jab lands from Lawler. Nothing but air on the big left. Stunning his opponents. Tom Lawler, the shoulders hunched. Big right hand. Nothing but air on the big left, though. Dollaway looking very tentative. Pokes out a quick jab that hits. Hits a right jab and then lands the big left hand. As he connects with the jab and a crunching left hook. Both fighters seem to have the same idea, come together in a clinch. Lawler is the aggressor, tries to take him down. Lawler gets taken down, Dollaway pulls guard. He's trying to work to get past the guard. He passes side control with ease. Throws some small strikes, mainly just trying to catch his breath. As fires with punches, does little in the way of damage, and that is the end of the first. Dollaway did a great job as far as when he was in control, when he got that big slam. Pretty close, though, as far as... I'm not sure if Tom did a lot of damage there. I know he had 4 power shots, but I'd probably give that one to Dollaway, though. Felt like he was in control for the majority of it, but it is pretty close. That's a close first round. So what happens in the second here. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty exciting round. We'll see what happens in the second. And there's a jab after a crunching straight left to the jaw. He might have knocked him down. Oh, he did. Knocked him down, looking to finish the fight. And, I mean, he's got a... Herb Dean, step in there. There we go. He finishes the fight there as TKO win for Tom Lawler. We had a bounce back in the second there. Starting off hot, hitting him with that straight left up right on the jaw. That was all she wrote for CB Dollaway. Good fight, though. Really great fight. Let's see what Filthy Tom's got to say as he thanks everyone connected to Integrated Fighting Academy for helping him prepare for the fight. His sponsors supporting him financially. He's visibly delighted Tom Lawler celebrates starting his Pride career with a win. It's our last prelim fight as Panov taking on Cruz as 0-0, making his debut. Another guy making his debut, taking on Marcelo Cruz 2-2 from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 5'11 and 6'4", but you see there, I don't see him losing this one. Minus 280, Sambo, Judo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is the typical, because like being a Sambo guy, you can kind of do it all. You could stand with him, throw him down, and you can really take control on the ground too. And having the Judo background as well, he's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for a lot of guys, I think, as Mark Goddard's a referee, ringside judges. Cruz is facing also a major size disadvantage too, even though he's got the height advantage. He's got at least 20 pounds on him. Does Bonov. As he can't hit the setup right jab, but he lands a nice straight left hand that lands hard. Same thing. Two jabs and then a straight left. That's a good combo. Jab lands, but the big left hand misses. Those two quick punches, and either of them though is still moving in on Cruz. I thought for sure Cruz was going to be able to clinch up with him after that. There's a right hand from Cruz. The jab is wide. There's a vicious left cross that knocks him down. As Vanov knows that it's a golden opportunity, quickly pounces down, trying to fish him off with some powerful left hands. Mark Goddard's got to stop the fight as well. What a big win for Blagoy. Ivanov as he's going to be a problem for sure. I don't see a lot of people taking him down. We'll see though. We have a lot of killers in that heavyweight division though. As Ivanov thanks all his sponsors for supporting him, and also thanks his family, friends, and supporters. He's very happy to cap his Pride debut with a win. He's on to the main card now. Some more heavyweights. There's Gabriel Gonzaga and Frank Mir. 6'2", 10'3", 6'1", 245, 6'2", 245, same age. Another Massachusetts boy. Open up the show. Both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, but obviously Gonzaga can throw some fucking powerful shots. And even a powerful head kick. Poor Crow Cop has Team Quest Millennia Jiu-Jitsu for Frank Mir. Minus 110 for Frank Mir, plus 100, very close on the betting lines. This should be a barn burner, rather, as John McCarthy's a referee. Ringside judges, fight begins, they touch gloves, they come together and strike. Oh boy, as they slips past the right hook with a vicious right cross. There's a knockdown. Frank Mir is down, and he's looking to stomp and kick the day's Frank Mir. When he's too slow, though, Frank Mir gets right back up. Yeah, Gonzaga knows. He's got that power for sure. And Frank Mir just felt it. As Mir lands the jab and a straight right, though, from Gonzaga. Coming forward again, two fighters start trading blows. Tries the jab, it misses. Combo and the kick to the legs fail to land. Jab lands from Mir. Gonzaga evades the big right punch. Fighters step in to strike. As Mir misses the right hook and gets kind of the clean right hand. Exchange strikes doesn't go anywhere. Gonzaga may have been aiming to get in close, but Mir aggressively took the initiative. As he throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. As Mir throws a punch, but Gonzaga was equal to it. Seizing the chance, grabs Mir into a clinch. Tries to wrestle Mir backwards up against the ropes. He does so. Now he's pinned him up against the ropes. Looking to sweep him down with a trip. It's a slick trip. And he's left down under side control. Unloads some right hands, but doesn't do a great deal of damage. Blocks Mir as he tries to transition the guard. Fires off a few punches as he catches his breath. Transitions to half guard. Throws a few right hands to the body. Throws a few strikes, but they are without venom. Blocks Mir as he tries to get enough separation to scramble. Fires off a handful of punches. Easily being blocked with gloves. As he's trying to break free and scramble, but Gonzaga keeping him trapped there. Looking to pass half guard and get side control. He passes, but Mir's ready for it and the scramble begins. Gonzaga, though, still ends up in side control. Throws a couple punches designed to keep Mir guessing. Blocks him as he tries to transition the guard. Fires off a few punches. He's trying to catch his breath. Still trying to transition the guard. Fires away with punches. Taking undue damage, though. Managing to pull half guard. Minute left. Tries to pound on Mir, but all the blows are completely dealt with. Mir attempts to get some separation in order to try to stand up, but can't. As pounds away, but Mir's in trouble with the strikes. He's trying to sweep and doesn't get anywhere with the attempt. Yeah, obviously Gonzaga wins that round thanks to the knockdown right at the beginning of the round. Plus, he just completely dominated him. Pretty crazy how one side of that was. Frank Mir just getting mauled at the beginning and couldn't really recover. We'll see what happens in the second, though, with a clean sweep. It's a combo that, with a kick to the legs, fails to land from Mir. As Gonzaga's going to come in and grapple with him, trying to muscle him against the ropes. He can't fight. Oh, he can't manage them. Mir's got him. Trying to defend himself with an attempted knee strike. Looking to muscle him against the ropes. He does so. A few short punches to the ribs. Looking for the trip, and he's got him again. Frank Mir is in a whole lot of... Oh, but look at Frank Mir looking for the arm. That would have been crazy. I was about to say, just he's got a whole lot of making up to do. He's already losing this round. Just about stole the fight there. Does little in the way of damage. Blocks as he tries to sweep from the guard. throws a couple punches that keep him guessing, fires off some punches, deflects a couple punches that are thrown from the bottom, trying to pound away, but all the blows are completely dealt with. Looking for the arm again, fins it off, throws a few weak-looking punches, decides on this next move, looking for it a third time, doesn't let himself be taken though. Yeah, I mean, again, Frank Mir's trying, really, in a losing effort. We'll see what happens to the third, though. Maybe he'll catch him with an armbar, but I don't see it happening. Final round, as obviously Gonzaga is confident in the striking, looking to shorten in the range. Combo that ends with a head kick fails to land from Gonzaga, throws a 1-2 to Frank Mir. Gonzaga was equal to it, and he grabs him to a clinch. It's not good. Watch out for the trip, as he's trying to knee, but Mir defends it, as he's trying to push him against ropes. And look at that. Mir doesn't let himself be driven back and takes dominant position. Looking for the sweep. He's got it. There you go, Frank Mir, looking to pass a good side control, and the scramble begins. Yeah, Frank Mir's blowing up at this point, as Mir's turtle up facing Gonzaga. That's not a good sign. Not a good place to be, as, he's going to get fucked up. Some big right hands. He's covering up, though. Couple managed to get through now. There's a sharp, oh boy, that could have been bad, a kick to the ribs. But luckily, Mir steps back up, as Gonzaga's starting to move noticeably more slower. Stand and trade, neither fighter can land anything. They're could fall into a ragged clinch, knee strike into the body there. Mir out wrestles him, looking for another sweep. He's got it, as he's pounding away, but the strikes aren't troubling him. I mean, it's a good effort for Frank Mir, but still, with the 2 takedowns, he did do, those takedowns, but just again, Gonzaga outstruck him, was really fucking him up too. What a performance from Gabriel Gonzaga. I thought at least, Gonzaga would have the stand-up advantage, but Frank Mir would have the ground advantage. That was not the case at all. Just complete display of dominance for Gabriel Gonzaga, who gets the win by unanimous decision. Yeah, 7-2 for Gabriel Gonzaga, 10-4 for Frank Mir. Gabriel Gonzaga's a bad motherfucker, as that is for sure. Gabriel Gonzaga thanks everyone connected to Team Quest for helping him prepare for the fight, and his sponsors supporting him financially. Asked who he wants to fight next. He repeats that he'd like to fight Gabriel Gonzaga. That's why he wants to fight Gabriel Gonzaga. I mean, that'd be an easy win for him, being so talented as far as on the ground, but he might even knock him out. As the Gladiator, Greg Wiggin taking on Cain Velasquez. Velasquez minus 260, part of the hit squad. Greg Wiggin, part of Team Punishment, 14-7. As far as Cain Velasquez, the taller, stronger, younger. He's probably going to dominate him. We'll see. Both wrestlers, though. This could be a bit of a snooze. Big John McCarthy's our referee. Ringside judges. The fight begins. They get into a clinch. Velasquez manages to aggressively get a good position, trying to get him against ropes. Does so, looking for the... he's got underhooks. Greg Wiggin, maintaining a good solid base. Looking for it again. Now this time he sweeps him. And some small strikes, just trying to catch his breath. Does a few strikes again. Trying to move from half guard to full, but Velasquez doesn't allow it. As Velasquez fires away, but Wiggin does with him fairly well. Or just kind of at a stalemate. They're just kind of throwing strikes to throw strikes. Kind of lay and pray. Blocks him again. Throws a few right hands, takes a moment to plan ahead, and again blocks the move. Big John McCarthy's going to stand it back up. Circling warily, as Wiccan's looking for the chance to get close enough to grapple. Can't connect with the jab. Hits the nice straight right hand, though. Second half of the round, they come together and strike. Neither fighter does anything damaging as they get up close to start wrestling. Velasquez works his way into a dominant position. He can't keep control of Craig Wiccan as they soon being pushed around. Wiccan's out trying to muscle him up. He doesn't let himself be driven back, though. And now Wiccan's back up against the ropes, looking for another underhook, and he sweeps the leg again, and is taken down hard, and he's got the back. This is not good, and oh well, it's over. Pounds away, but Wiggin is in trouble with the strikes, looking for trying to pull the legs free out of the hooks, but it's not happening. Some heavy shots now that rock Wiccan. He's got both hooks in again. Several clean shots now. I'm surprised he doesn't win for the rear naked choke, but he is ground and pounding the fuck out of Greg Wiccan. Still has got him, and he's trying to manage to pull the hooks free. It's not happening now. We're going into the second, looks like, but what a fucking... I mean, Velasquez, again, just dominating his opponent, Greg Wiccan. That's a whole lot of shots. That's... I mean, Jesus. That's 70 shots. That is... Whew, 70 punches in 10 minutes. Not good. It's the second round now. Velasquez can't hit the step strikes, but he hits a beautiful straight right hand now. They get up close and start wrestling, and Velasquez is the aggressor, trying to muscle against ropes. He does so, and now looking for that. Yep, a Greco-Roman slam. And side control. Several big shots that sting him. Several clean shots now. Trying to pull guard, not happening. Fires off some rights. Wiccan is in trouble with the strike, so trying to transition the guard. Ain't happening. Some more right hands. I mean, stop the fight at this point. I mean, just somebody throw in the towel. He's getting destroyed. It throws a few right hands to the body, pounds away with rights, blocks the transition, 60 seconds, no progress being made. Referee's going to stand it back up. Velasquez is actually starting to slow down. As he can't connect the step strikes, there's the big right hand. Wiggin moves in and out of range, hoping to tempt Velasquez into a reckless strike, leaving the opening he needs. There's a punch, but Wiggin with ego to it. He comes in and grabs him. Is he going to be able to take him down in the round? Nope. He gets him up against the ropes, though, again. Dominating performance from Cain Velasquez. Final round. They get up close, start wrestling for position. Velasquez is the better of the clinch. Here comes the underhooks. Yep. Oh, doesn't get it. And this time Wiggin blocks it, turns him around. Oh, no, there went that. So now we're back to where we started. And looking for the underhooks. And he can't get it this time. And it gets reversed again. Boy, oh boy, look at... I mean, is it just rinse and repeat at this point? There we go. He sweeps him down. Wiggin has to pull half guard. Throws a few right hands. Doesn't try with the strikes, so Wiggin is, again, just trying to just stay on top of him to end out the round, it looks like. Pounds with rights. Tries to transition guard and can't happen. He's trying to cut him with a slicing elbow, but misses. I respect that, at least trying to do something with damage. But yeah, that's all she wrote there. Cain Velasquez, unanimous decision. Just mauled the shit out of him. Not even close. 5-0 for Cain Velasquez, 14-8 for the Gladiator Greg Wiggin, as he praises his team and Hit Squad, his favorite sponsor. All the fans of Game on Sport him. As our another fight on the card, David Barron taking on the Ronan Carlos Newton, 13-4, 17-12-1. Newmarket, Canada. From France, David Barron as a judo style Dragon Ball Jiu-Jitsu for Carlos Newton. Revolution Fight Team as minus 210 for Carlos Newton, plus 160 for David Barron. Big John McCarthy's going to stay out there. Judges for this one. Newton is significantly bigger as they prepare for this fight, even though they weighed in the same yesterday. He's probably fighting at like 190, maybe 195. They touch gloves. They move in and clinch. Newton gets a control of him. Barron looking to attempt to set up a judo throw, as Newton blocked it. Newton now looking for the leg sweep. He's got it. Excellent outside leg trip. Sweeps him down. Tries to pound him away. Looking for a scramble. Newton keeps him trapped. Yeah, I mean, now he's going to use that size to his advantage for sure by keeping him down there. It's not looking good. Oh, but Barron looks to scramble. Bad choice, though, is there. Now he's going to leap forward and get side control. Throws a few right hands. Takes a moment to plan ahead. Trying to transition to guard. Can't manage it, though. He's clearly slowing things down so he can catch his breath again. As they trying to transition to guard. Not happening. Throws some small strikes. As now Newton throws some small strikes. So clearly just slowing things down so he can catch his breath. Fires off a few punches. He catches his breath. He's trying to move the guard, but Newton doesn't allow it. Newton throws a few weak-looking punches. He decides on this next move. As Newton blocks Barron as he tries to transition the guard. No progress being made. Big John McCarthy stands it back up. And seeing his opponent about to shoot in, Barron timed it well and moved in to start and clinch. Barron looks to take Newton down by setting up a judo throw. It doesn't work, though. Newton defended it well. Using his wrestling skills, Barron is trying to push Newton up against the ropes. He can't manage it, though. He's looking for the judo throw. Gets blocked again. Newton looking for the trip. That doesn't happen either. There we go. There's a great inside leg trip. As Barron gets thrown to the mat. Throws a few strikes. Clearly just slowing things down so he can catch his breath. Newton fires off some rights. Barron isn't trouble other strikes. Barron gets some separation. Tries to scramble. May regret that choice. It gives Newton the perfect opportunity he needs for side control. Inside control, Newton throws a couple of punches designed to keep him guessing. Barron tries to transition the guard, can't manage it though. Punches down on Barron. Easy taking on gloves to end out the round. Oh, there's some short elbows now. All the blows are completely dealt with. Though obviously Carlos Newton, again, another mauling here. A lot of these, it's crazy how it's close on the betting lines, but really, they've been just dominating, person after person. Which was pretty much expected, though, at the same time, which is kind of funny, as back underway for the second round here, as Barron moves in and clinches, setting up the judo throw. Can't happen, though, as that gets blocked, looking for the trip. That gets happened as a quick inside leg trip. Punches down on Barron, they're easily taking on the gloves. Barron tries to pull Newton in close and peppering him with short strikes, but he can't. Newton pounds away with elbows, but Barron isn't trapped by the strikes. He throws out some punches, but Newton leans back to avoid them. Newton throws a few relatively weak right hands, tries to pull guard, as Newton in close and peppering with short strikes, but he can't. We go past the halfway point of this round. Newton throws some strikes. Those few strikes, they're without venom. Barron tries to pull Newton in close and peppering with short strikes, but he can't. Newton attempts to pass guard and gain better position. Pass attempt results in a scramble for position as Barron tries to get back up. Newton is left turtle up with Barron behind him. Minute left, pounds away with rights, but Newton covers up and only a couple manage to get through. Baron's too slow to try and stop Newton start to scramble, as Baron immediately scrambles to his feet, or is a scramble rather. Newton drives him up against the ropes, looking for the trip, and it's a superb outside leg trip to end the second round. And he's got the back. That would have probably all that have been all she wrote for Dare Baron, as at least he got some strikes in this round. But that's not saying much, as Newton in the third, looking to finish the fight, hopefully. Stepping in, Baron aggressive gets a dominant position to clinch. Look at David Baron, knowing that this is it, but Newton's out-wrestling him, looking for the trip. Doesn't happen, though. Looking for it again. This time he gets it, and he's inside control again. Blocks Baron as he tries to transfer the guard. Looking for an armbar. Defends that, though. Looking for the arm triangle now. That gets stopped as well. Looking for an armbar. Stops again. Big John McCarthy's going to stand up about 15 seconds like it matters. As aggressively comes in and grapples to end out the fight. Your winner by unanimous decision, Carlos Newton. Yeah, I mean, that was as expected. 18, 12, and 1 for Carlos Newton. He is back, beating David Baron. Makes it 0 and 2, and Pride FC 13 and 5 as a whole. He gives thanks, praises his team at Revolution Fight Team, his various sponsors, and all the fans who came out supporting. Praises Baron for the tough fight. As our next one, Ryan Stout versus Livewire Jason Von Flue. Is Von Flue gonna now dominate in this one? I mean, it is minus 340. It's not that close. I'm assuming a win for Jason Von Flue. As we'll see what happens. Ryan Stout being a mixed martial artist, though, I think that does give him an advantage as far as standing-wise, but we'll see. Mark Goddard's our referee. Ringside judges, opening bell, they touch gloves. Von Flue shoots in for the takedown, couldn't complete the single leg, but does end up standing holding a leg while Stout hops in a place on the other. As Von Flue can't get Stout down, so he settles for pushing him against the ropes. As Von Flue attempts a leg sweep to try and put Stout on the ground. Excellent outside leg trip, sees Stout get thrown to the mat, and Von Flue has no problem getting side control. Looking for a knee bar, Stout blocks it. Looking for the knee bar, taking knee strikes to the ribs, but succeeded in unbalancing Von Flue through, though enough that there's a little power, trying to grab a leg to prepare for the knee bar. Doesn't allow it, though, as he's looking for the Von Flue choke. Not looking for an arm triangle, though. That's the thing about Jason Von Flue. He's got so many different submissions to throw at someone. They might not work, but at least he's doing something, and they're going to stand him back up. Von Flue looking for, again, just a little, going right back down, looking for a knee bar, looking for a leg lock, maintain the tight, secure guard. Von Flue better not get blown up, though, by throwing all these submissions at him. We still got a lot of time left. Halfway point, looking for another leg lock. Looking for it again. Gets stopped, and Mark Goddard's going to stand him back up. Take down a great sprawl, though, from Stout to push him down on his hands and knees. Looking for a vicious soccer kick to the head. That would have been all she wrote. As he throws a punch, but Von Flue was equal to it. Stout gives them a chance to clinch up with him. Backwards against the ropes. Controlled against the ropes and takes a hard foot stomp. Smothers Stout against the ropes. They remain up against the ropes for the next minute, posturing, throwing occasional short ranges, punches to the body. As he's looking for the trip takedown. As he gets the quick inside leg trip, can do nothing but pull half guard, trying to pass guard. Fights it off. Scramble begins. Von Flue ends up in side control to end out the round. A knee strike to the ribs. So yeah, again, Von Flue doing a great job as far as he threw a lot of stuff at him. 9 submissions, basically averaged almost 1 per minute. Stout, at least he landed 6 jabs. But, another dominating performance from someone. Second round, Stout gets in close, clinches with him, trying to push him against the ropes. Can't do it, though, ends up being out-wrestled. Looking for the sharp sweep, doesn't get it, though. Stout blocks that. Looking for it again, he's got it. And he's looking for the Von Flue choke. Fights that off. Knee strike just above the hip. Looking for another Von Flue choke. Get a third time. Not happening either. He's got it this time. He sinks it in, and he taps. That is what being persistent gets you. Just takes one to finish a fight, and he gets the one with the Von Flue choke. I'm surprised that was rated good, to be honest, but I'm happy that is, because that is pretty exciting for someone to keep throwing stuff at him like that. It wasn't like he was going for the same thing. That is pretty good. Hell yeah, as giving thanks to Jason Von Flue, praises his team at Lions and his various sponsors and all the fans who came out to support him. Praises him for the tough fight. As in the co-main, Roman Savachka goes head-to-head with Tim Sylvia in Pride heavyweight division as 13-1, 23-13. Again, this is set up for another mauling from Tim Sylvia this time. As I'd be shocked though. I've counted him out before in Roman Savachka, but I'm not sure it's going to happen this time around. As we will see what happens here. As Big John McCarthy's a referee, ringside judges. Big size disadvantage, though, for Roman Savachka, giving up at least 25 pounds. Opening belly touch gloves. As we looked, there would be a shot in from Roman Savachka, but Sylvia was more aggressive, took the initiative. There's two left hands and a nice straight right hand. Savachka fires through that with a takedown attempt. It's almost got him. He's up against the ropes, though. Trying to step back to achieve some separation. That's crazy. When he's afraid to clinch up with Tim Sylvia against the ropes, that is not a great sign. Sylvia steps in, preparing to throw. There's a jab and a right head kick. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't even rock him. As our combo ends with a head kick attempt, fails to land, shortening the range again. Looked like it would be a shot from Roman Savachka, but Sylvia was more aggressive, took the initiative. Can't hit the step, left jab, it's a right head kick to the side of the head. Again, Savachka eats it, looks for the takedown, sprawls back safely. Does Tim Sylvia? Roman Savachka may have been setting up to shoot, but Sylvia aggressively took the initiative as he lands a left jab and can't connect with the head kick. Appeared to be going for the takedown, but Sylvia took the initiative first. He lands a jab and hits a fast right head kick to the side of the head. There we go. He covers up. He's up against the ropes. He's hurt now. And there is a knee to the side of the face. Holy shit. After grabbing him by the back of the head. Yeah, that is terrifying. As Roman Savachka gets knocked out cold with that one. 14-1 from Tim Sylvia. As Roman Savachka 23-14. Great effort. I'm surprised he lasted that long, to be honest. But yeah, just dominating performance from Tim Sylvia. Has praised his team at Roof Sport, his various sponsors, and his fans who came out to support him. So our main event, it is Wander the Crusher Braga taking on Dean Thomas as 23-7, 23-7. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Orlando, Florida, both lightweights in their 30s. Kind of the older side of the lightweight division, but minus 710 for Dean Thomas, which is insane. That is quite one-sided. Like most of these fights, but nothing quite like that. Can Wander Braga shock the world? Will this be a win for Dean Thomas, his first win in Pride FC, his team punishment? Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy for Wander Braga. It's not looking good for that man there. As Big John McCarthy's a referee, ringside judges, opening bell. As both fighters want to get in close, they get into a clinch. Braga wrestles his way into a down position in the clinch. As Braga looked like it's about to sweep. As they looking to sweep the leg out from under Thomas so he can take him down with a trip. As Braga can't get Thomas down to the ground. As Braga looked like he was looking for the trip takedown. Braga can't get Thomas down to the ground, though. As the grappling doesn't go anywhere with the attempt as they break it up. They get up close to wrestling. Thomas is the aggressor. He's looking for a sweep. Can't get it, though. Looking for the trip takedown. Can't get him down either. As Braga wrestles his way into a down position. As Braga looks to take Thomas down with a trip. Quick inside leg trip. Can do nothing but pull guard. Look at the pass guard and get side control. Finds his opponent too skilled, and Braga, wow, passes guard into side control. This is looking great for Wander Braga here. There's a few weak-looking punches. Decides the next move. Keeps him getting a few quick strikes. Oh my, he's in mount. Holy shit, and the scramble begins. Thomas ends up in guard, though. Looking for a leg lock. Holy shit. As now Braga is glances at elbow strike off the top of the head. Thomas looking for a leg lock. Maintains a tight, solid guard. Now he's trying to switch to butterfly guard, but Thomas prevents that. Man, that was crazy, though. And he's got the leg lock and taps. I thought for sure Wander Braga was going to get mount and finish that fight. That was crazy. What a win, though, for Dean Thomas to come back and get a leg lock in the first round. Yeah, 24-7, Dean Thomas gets his first win in Pride FC. As a given thanks, Dean Thomas praises his team at Team Punishment. His various sponsors and all the fans again would support him. And if you're asked to be interested in fighting next year, place he wants Toby Amon again. Tough challenge to be one and interested in trying again. I don't know why you want to get that rematch, but it is what it is. I'm surprised this show actually did so well with so many one-sided affairs. But I'm cool with it, as 10,000 strong in Massachusetts, too. Made $2 million at the gate. 0.3 losing in popularity in Japan. But other than that, I think it was a pretty successful show. As thank you all for watching here. As I'm not trying to think who would. Actually, Gable Gonzaga could probably use the performance bonus. That's probably it. Everybody kind of dominated who they should have dominated at the same time. I guess Jason Bob flew for the rating, or the ranking differential there, as yeah, I think that's pretty solid. Thank you all, and we'll catch you. Dean Thomas made $1 million, as we'll catch you guys next time, as it's gonna be the road towards girl power. Now we got the two back-to-back Pride FC Worldwide tapings. And yeah, well, hopefully we'll see you guys there. Take care, everyone.